What's up, guys? It is Ryan. Another message today. This is going to be a little longer. Anybody who's talked to me and has done my fact finder, they know that I talk about when you have to establish credit in order to qualify for a mortgage or for anything for that matter, you have to build credit. And the way to build or establish credit, I always use the analogy of growing trees. When you go to get credit, you have to find sources to get credit from. A great source of that is a credit card. So let's just assume that these seeds to grow trees are going to represent credit cards. How do you get a credit card? Well, first you have to apply for one. What happens when you apply? You will get an inquiry. The inquiry will initially make your score drop just a little bit, 5 points typically. But what happens is once you get that credit card, you will then get a limit. That limit is going to be the tree growing a little bit. Now, over the course of time, let's assume 3 to 6 months, and I always recommend get at least 3 credit cards. You want to have multiple sources. Over the course of 3 to 6 months, what happens is you get your credit limit, you start to show a little bit of payment history. How? Because that tree produces fruit. The fruit comes in the form of an on-time payment. Payment history accounts for 35% of your score, guys. That's why it's so important to have a couple credit cards with on-time, regularly monthly payments. The more you make on-time payments, the more credit you're going to get. Over the course of time, let's now fast forward 1 to 3 years. Remember, guys, payment history is 35% and revolving credit utilization is 30%. So as your credit limit grows, okay, the tree is growing, your credit limits are growing, you want to make sure you're taking care of these little branches. You want to cut it down. What that means is you want to manage your utilization. Managing your utilization and making on-time payments is going to account for 65% of your score. Also, what's going to happen is your credit age over the course of 1 to 3 years, your average age of credit history and your payment history is going to develop nice, firm, strong roots. These roots are what lenders are looking for when they say, if this person can manage a $100,000 or $1,000 credit card, they have a high propensity to be able to manage a $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 mortgage. The point of this, guys, is you have to constantly monitor it. You have to constantly manage it. Okay? So I know people think that credit cards are bad and credit cards are dangerous and all that stuff. It's only dangerous if in the hands of the wrong people. Get a couple credit cards. If you don't already have at least 3, get them. Don't buy store cards or don't get store cards. You need to get a Chase card. You need to get an American Express, a Discover, maybe a Barclays or a Capital One credit card. Even if you have to start with a secure card, do that. It's better than having no cards, because if you have no cards, you have no credit history. If you're not using credit, you're not building credit. And credit is what lenders use to figure out whether or not they want to give you money. Okay? So take that analogy there. If you want to build credit, just think of growing trees and all the benefits that can come with that. Hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, let me know.